Hello there, my name is Goblin The Great King. I'm playing at European server number 14 with this completely unpronounceable name. I'm making this video to let you know how to make the arc swap groups even. In every case, in the case that you have a different level arcs, in the case that somebody is joining the group in the process, etc. This video is in 3 parts. First part will be a general idea about the document I've created. Second one is going through all the maths so you know it working fine. And if you would like to tune it out, you need to look through the second part. And the third part is for the end users, for the people who just want to use the table but do not need to know what's inside the black box, which is fine. I'm going to give you the time frame link in the description in the YouTube, so you can just go to the third part in case you want to just use it, and it will take you like several minutes to get to know what to do. Let's go through the first part. First things first. Before you see the classical and perfect group. We have 6 players, everybody with the same level arc, going through different rounds. Round 1, everybody level 5 arc, level 6 arc, round 3 level 7 arc, and everybody is investing in everybody in the way that player 1 is on the first spot at player 2, second spot at player 3, player 2 is first part at 3, second and 4, and basically everyone has a 5 places at 5 other players, and everybody invests the same amount. So player 1 invested 486 and player 1 got 486 as a investment from other players. It's completely fair, and in the case you have this kind of group and you don't have a snipers, you don't need this table. You just do like this. It's completely obvious. And going a bit forward, this is the tables which show in graphical view how much do you owe or someone owes to a group, and this is 0. Nobody owes nothing to other players, so it's perfectly balanced. But when you go to the real situations, let me show you the situation number 1. So basically it's my group right now. First of all, there's a chance that a player can join from the round like 2. So we have a player who joined us on the round 2, and you can see 0, so basically we started investing him in round 3. Also we are all different levels, and to balance the situation out we need some kind of system, which this document is, which will show us who invested more, who invested less, and at the next round who should place more in the system, so every player gets the same amount of medals, forge points and blueprints per 1 unit invested in the arc swap. Also, there is a situation, you can see notes right here. It's a common situations, and it's very common with the new players who just joined the group. People invest less, people invest more for some reasons. It could be snipers, it could be just misreading the situation, it could be just misclicks, but basically you can see that there are a lot of situations where people invest more or less. And if you do not count it out, then it won't be equal to any player. It's the I guess it's the finish of the first part of the video where I give you the general view what it is. The general view is you should be equal, and in the second part we can see that it's not equal, but it's equal by the end. By the end of turn, it's turn 5, I guess, yeah? By the end of round 5, we started being equal, and this table counts it for us. For the second part of the video, I'm going to show you how it works. Basically, for every round, we have a table. What you need to put in? You need to put in the player names. and they are going to be used everywhere else in the table. So you just put in the names in player names sheet. That's all. Now you have to place for round 1, for example, you have to place the starting level of the great building. For example, player 1 is level 5. Let's make player 2 6 and 7. Then you need to put the places in the arc investment. Basically, if player 1 invests first place in player 2, the table shows it's 310 forge points. Where is it taken? It's taken from the arc contribution reward tables. It's all taken from the Wikipedia. This all information is proven. If you see any kind of errors, please contact me, but I think you won't. So let us take 6 arc level. First player is the total required amount divided by 2. Second place is first one divided by 2, so it's 25%. This one is third one is force divided by 2 is 12.5%. This one is place number 3 divided by 2.5, which is 5%, and this one is divided by 2, which is 2.5%. So basically, if you have a full group of 6 people, the person invested to need only to add 2.5% forge points on himself. Other forge points are invested by the group. The same goes for all the information for the arc. It's taken up to 102 levels. So basically this table can be used for every kind of group within every kind of arc level, because it's up to 6 players. There is no reason to have more than 6 players inside this group swap, and up to 102 level arc. So basically, what we need to do, we are putting the levels here. For example, if we are raising player number 1 in round 1, we need to raise this level here. So basically it's level 5 at the start at round 1, so it's level 6 at the start round 2. Here it will be 7, and here it will be 8. And next you just put the places here. Player 1, let it be just a 3-player swap. And we're going to make it for let's make an empty table, the one you should get at the beginning. So what we have now, we have 3 players with different level arcs, and they're investing in each other. You could do it intuitively at the start, just making player 1 invest first place here, second place here. Player 2 invests first place here. Right here he can invest only the first place because second is taken. And player number 3 invests second place here because first is taken already, and second place here. Alright, that doesn't seem too good. Let's make it 2 and 1. And what we have at the end is we can go to this table and see that player number 1 invested 114 forge points more than he needed to invest. And player number 3 invested 148 less. So at the next round we are going to try to balance it out. So let's try to balance it out. Player 1 should be investing 1 and 1. Let's do the same. And right, so player 1 receives First place from player 3, second from player 2. Player 3 invests first place at player 1, and player 3 invests. Sorry, this should be right here. Second place into player 2. Let's see the result. The result is not good. It means that player 1 invested so much more than he really should have. So let's try to balance it out. So player 1 should be on place 2 here and on place 2 here. And now we see that it's better, because player 1 is just only 46 ahead and player 2 owes the group only 115. So basically by this you can do like experimental calculating, and in the end the perfect situation is when everybody is 0. So with my group we are stopping at round 5 and we're splitting in different groups. So I've balanced the situation out, so by end of the round 5 player named Tweezy invested 20 forge points more than the others, and if we look at all the calculation right here at the end of round 5, right? Round 5, Tweezy totally paid 630 forge points, and only 20 forge points is up. Basically it's not too bad, but if you want to be like 100% equal, you can ask this player to donate. You can just ask other players to donate for 5 forge points each to this player's great building, and this will be perfectly equal. All right. Let me show you the inside math, how it works. So this is what second part about. This table takes information from the table results by round tables. In this table we have the amount of paid per round. So Goblin the Great King at round 1 pays 419 forge points, which is taken from here. First round 490, second round 500, etc. So it's 490, 499, 490, 499. This is total paid, which is just accumulating all the payments for rounds. So it's always summing this round plus all the previous rounds. Total received is the amount the goblin received from other players, which is obvious. And the same one is for round and for the total. Reward it's what interesting about this table. We want to balance out the rewards too, because people in the group have different level arcs, have different level of percentage up top the reward, and also you're investing at different places having different rewards, and you want to balance it out. And how it's done here, we take the weight, which is the percentage of invested in this round. Basically right here, Goblin invested 28% of the total round invested. So totally was invested 1,507 forge points, of which 28% is Goblin. So in this case, let's see the main number which I showed you here. It's FP disbalance per round, which in the sum should bring us 0. So plus means team owes you, and minus means you owe the team. How it's calculated? It's the sum of these differences multiplied by the weight, and we minus the difference. It's pretty technical, but if you go through these formulas you can understand this. But it takes into what I need to emphasize here. It takes into consideration the level of the arc of the players. Basically, how we get this FP reward, I can show you for the Goblin King here. In the first round, he receives 101. How it's calculated? Here is a big table. It just takes the data from the previous tables. It's technical. You don't need to go through it deeply, but I'm explaining how it works. So Goblin has a second place at player number 2, third place at player number 3, first place at player number 4. For the second place at 6th level arc, he gains 35 4 points. This is the medals, this is the blueprints from the table I have showed you before. You can check these numbers, it's all correct. And after all these numbers are accumulated, they need to be multiplied by the current FP bonus or medal bonus for this level arc. So Goblin right now have at round 2, he have a second level arc, and this gives him a 12% bonus to everything he gets. So it's everything he gets from all other 5 players multiplied by 1.20. 1.12, and basically he gets 101. And this FP rewards is multiplied by the weight, and at the end what we get is the equality formula, which brings us to the point where at the end of the game, where you are going to split your group, this disbalance should be the closest to 0 as possible. So if it's 0, the group is totally balanced. If these numbers are big, it's not very balanced. As for the blueprints and for the medals, we have the same formulas. You can see it right here. But basically, if you make the forge point investment equal, blueprint disbalance and medal disbalance won't be too big. For example, at this case, at round 5, for players from 2nd level to 9th level arcs, Black Hand Pirate player received 2 more blueprints than other players, which is everybody received 16, 19, 16, 15 and 8, and multiplied by the weight of it, in the end we see that Black Hand Pirate should have received 2 more blueprints based on the amount he invested, and he invested 1,705 forge points, which is, I guess, pretty little amount for this kind of big deal. So these 2 charts, you can use them, you can just forget about them, it's not too useful. But this one is what you're going to use to group, to equalize the group investments. And following the third part, and the third part is the fast part. At the third part, I'm showing you how to use this table. To use this table, you take the link you got from your arc leader, and you see the sheets at the bottom. You need to go to the swap rounds table and find your name here. For example, name 1, this will be Troll, this will be Hog. You go to the swap rounds table, you find your nickname. Let me take the nickname Troll, and right here I see that I need to be first at Hog, so I need to invest 370 forge points into Hog, and I need to invest 128 forge points into name one. It's not very obvious. Let it be cool guy. Cool guy. So I'm investing 370 into hog and 128 into cool guy. And I want to know what I'm getting. My name is Troll. Here is my roll. I'm getting 310 from cool guy and I'm getting 155 from hog. At the end of the round, I want to know, is this balanced? Maybe I'm paying too much, maybe I'm not paying too much. I'm going here, results by rounds, and I find my name, which is Troll. I'm red, and I see by the end of round 1, which is here, I'm paying 33 more than needed. So if at some point we decide to break up after round 1, I want to get this 33 forge points from my group. If we're going to round 2, I'm investing 155 to cool guy, 430 to hog. I'm getting 185 from troll, 370 from troll. Oh, sorry. I'm getting 185 from cool guy and 370 from hog, which is 5 for 5. And I want to know what's the final numbers based on the round 2, which is right here. And now I invested more by 68 for some reason at the end of the round. And what do I need to do at the end of the round 2 if we're splitting up the group? I, Troll, need to get my 68 forge points from the hog. So basically, hog took 115 more forge points from the group than he should have took. So he gives me back 68 and he gives back 46 forge points for the cool guy. There might be some small percentages up or down because some numbers are rounded for the sakes of the not having the big numbers. So basically, when we're splitting the group right here, we need to make it even by taking this amount to these players. That's pretty much it. Also, if for some reason you are being sniped, or you invested more, or you invested less for some reason, you need to let your group leader know. You click right here. For example, I'm Troll. I need to invest 128 to the cool guy. But for my mistake, I invested 150. I need to let group know. So I make a comment here. I paid 150. And when my group leader comes here, he knows I paid more. So he adds 150. He adds 12 to 22 right here, plus 22. And it's 150 right here. And by the end of round 1, we all know that this table changed. At the end of the this round, we now know that Troll invested 59 more than needed. So now that's basically it. I'm going to show you the table which worked for me, which is marking the places which were done green to know that they're done, and making a note if someone paid more or less. And at round 3 here, I knew that we are split in the group, so I've made 2 balancing rounds to make this very bad situation into this completely balanced situation when everybody gets what they need and everybody gets the amount completely equal to the amount invested. Thank you for watching this video. You will be having a link to a forum with this table on the Google Sheets, so you can copy it yourself and use it. Have a great day.